Hello and welcome to the Laramy-K Optician Works Training Center, where today we are going to wrap up our four-part series on the nominal lens formula or basic lens design. Worth repeating, since this is the last in our series, as I mentioned in the first, because of the way lenses are now designed, particularly freeform, the nominal lens formula, or the basic formula for lens design, is only a concept today. But it's a really, really important concept for you to grasp. We've looked at the formula in a couple of different ways. Today we're going to wrap up with an extremely realistic scenario that you may very well find on any exams that you might take, where you have the drawing, front base curve, your two curves on the back, and you will need to determine DL, or the lens power. So let's work through that last example. Are you ready? Good, let's wrap this up. In the first in our series, we solved for our front base curve, D1. In the second in the series, we solved with having DL and D1, what D2 would be. The third one, we just talked about thickness and where that comes from. And today we're going to solve for DL when we have D1 and D2. Out of all the scenarios, in some ways, this is probably the one you would see on an exam of some kind. You would have just this piece, and it would ask you to determine DL, the total power that the lens would be, kind of the written prescription that you would take off of this drawing. So how do you do that? Once again, I almost said this is simple, but it kind of is really. Just follow the formula D1 plus D2, D1, 3 plus 8 minus equals, I have a minus 5 there. If I take 5 plus 6.75 minus equals minus 175. And if I have 7 plus 550 minus is a plus 150. So far for my script, I've got minus 5, minus 175, and a plus 150. We're not done. We're not done here. Remember, these lenses are all set up with two curves on the back. They're spherocylinder lenses designed to correct for astigmatism. So we're going to have a cylinder amount. We are in minus cylinder form. Minus, 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 minus. We're on the back side of our lens. We've got plus here. We must be in minus cylinder form. So we're going to go minus, minus, minus. What is the cylinder amount? The cylinder amount is the difference between these two numbers. From 8 to 10, I am 2 diopters steeper. My axis would be determined by the written prescription. I'd rotate that lens around to fill it, put my lens meter dots on there, and cut the lens. What is the difference between 675 and 775? I've got a difference of 1 diopter. My axis could be determined. What is my cylinder amount? 675 to 550 is a difference of minus 125. Axis could be determined. That is solving for DL, the power of the lens, when you have D1 and D2. Use your calculator. These are even available on your exams now. So hopefully you learned something through our journey through the nominal lens formula. Basic lens design used to be kind of common that we would call this toric transposition. That seems to be a term that has fallen out of favor. So one of those three you'll find out there. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching me on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. If you're watching me on Facebook, please share this with as many other people as you can. I will see you next week.